Today we're going to talk about 10 myths about writing and work to clear up some of those misconceptions. Our first myth is people are either good writers or they're not. This isn't true. In reality, anyone can be a good writer. Writing is learned through practice. Your past grades in writing don't dictate your success in future writing situations. And a good writer is an experienced writer. Through the course of this class, you should get a lot of experience in writing that'll help make you a better writer. Our second myth is that good writers spend less time on writing. Unfortunately, this isn't true either. Good writing just takes time. Expert writers spend more time on writing, not less. Good writers do more revision, and that revision takes time. You'll learn to spend your time more efficiently as you become more experienced. Good writers all write the same way. This isn't true either. Every writer has a different approach, and that's okay. Some people need quiet, some music or noise. Some write by hand, and some write on their computer or phone. Some write in long stretches, some in just 5-minute bursts. All of those approaches are okay if they work for you. People write at different times, in different ways, and in different places. Good writers figure out what approaches help and what approaches get in the way. You'll need to figure out what works for you specifically, what helps you and what gets in your way. All writing is the same. That's not true either. Writing varies a lot depending on the context. Writing rules are different in different situations. No rules are true across all writing contexts. And you'll learn new rules each time you learn a new context to write in. The next myth is most writing is alone. Most writing isn't alone. Writing is always social. You're always writing for someone, even if that someone is just your future self. How you write depends on who you're writing to, and so you adapt for that social situation. Writing is often a conversation that includes some back and forth. This is really obvious in something like a text message or an email, but it's even true in newspaper articles that often refer back to each other. And writing takes place in discourse communities, in groups of other people who are writing similar kinds of things. Learning to write well means learning to write for those other people. The next myth is that I already know everything I need to know about writing. That's not true. All writers have more to learn. In fact, I've been writing for several decades and I still learn new things regularly. Every time you enter a new writing context, you have to reevaluate how writing is done there. Forms, genres, vocab, purposes, and expectations all change across writing contexts. General writing forms don't exist. This myth is that good writing means that it has no errors. That's not true. Good writing connects to the writing situation. Error is subjective, and what's an error for one audience might be the expected norm for a different audience. Having fewer errors in writing is much less important than other factors, such as appealing to that audience, meeting objectives, the genre, and the writing context. When you imagine your favorite writing, do you picture it with no errors, or do you picture it with something else that connected to you as a reader? Our next myth is that good writers use the same voice in all their writing. In reality, writing style and voice change depending on the context. Every piece of writing requires adaptation to meet the expectations of who is going to read that piece of writing and the situation that that person will read it in. Consider how you'd explain your weekend in a text to a friend versus a letter to your grandma. What's different? Those are two very different writing situations, and your style and voice will probably change dramatically. Good writers consider audience, genre, and context carefully in each piece of writing. Writing is only letters on a page. That's not true either. Writing includes much more than just letters. Meaning is conveyed through many parts of writing, such as formatting, organization, spacing, and so on. Visual elements convey meaning in writing too, such as through images, charts, graphs, and links to other media like video or audio. Most modern writing includes elements other than just letters on a page. The next myth is what I've learned about writing can be used anywhere. It's not exactly true. Using writing knowledge requires reflection. What you learn in one context is often difficult to adapt to new contexts. For example, you might learn important things about writing in a lab report and then have a difficult time adapting them to a literary analysis. If you don't look for connections actively, you might not even notice that they're there. Writing classes can't teach you how to write in every context, but they can help you get better at making those connections across contexts, noticing what's similar about other writing contexts as you encounter them. So let's go back over these 10 truths about writing. Anyone can be a good writer. Good writing takes time. Every writer has a different approach. Writing varies a lot depending on the context. Writing is always social. All writers have more to learn. Good writing connects to the situation. Writing style and voice change depending on the context. Writing includes much more than letters. And using writing knowledge requires reflection. I hope these 10 truths will put you on the right path for a great semester.